International travellers will need to be vaccinated against COVID-19 to fly with Qantas. It's the first airline to propose such a rule. The Australian carrier says the measure could become standard practice for all airlines.
I'm talking to my colleagues in other airlines around the globe, and I think it's going to be a common theme across the board. And what we're looking at is how you can have a vaccination, a passport, an electronic version of it that certifies what the vaccine is it acceptable to the country you're travelling to. So there's a lot of logistics, a lot of technology that'll be needed to put in place to make this happen. But the airlines and the governments are working on this as we speak.
Qantas plans to implement the measure once a vaccine is available to the public. The country's borders have been closed to international visitors since the pandemic began.
Well, let's just delve into that a little bit more. Surely, will there have to be a coordinated scheme, some sort of standardised paperwork to prove that you've been vaccinated? And then who picks up the cost of this? Is it the airlines, or is it ultimately going to be passengers?
Well, Oliver, coordination's the key, isn't it? You know, in such an important sector with so many different moving parts, airports, suppliers, fuel, airlines, all sorts of brands that need to come together to get us flying and get our tickets processed properly. And that coordination is going to be an incredibly difficult challenge, despite this hope that's emerged from the vaccine news. You know, Qantas, as you said, have announced today their plans to demand that passengers on international flights prove that they've been vaccinated before boarding any Qantas aeroplane. The CEO actively looking at terms and conditions on all of our tickets to make it absolutely necessary that we have that proof before we get on board. Other CEOs, as you say, including the Etihad CEO, talking about this idea of a health visa, a physical certificate of some kind that all of us need to carry around to prove that we're safe to get on board flights. So the world that we're moving into is a very different one. It's going to be a hugely difficult job for all of those moving parts to work together and create a seamless experience for passengers. You know, most sector analysts now are expecting other airlines to follow suit, to follow Qantas, to follow Etihad and others in calling for this new way of proving your validity as a safe passenger. And we can see now these clear signs of both hope and excitement about the future of the industry, a chance to get back to normality again.
So that brings us to this story, and with it, we come full circle, don't we, guys? You guys remember this one? Hey, we're on Daily Hoax Online, and you see the headline, Qantas denies it's part of flying conspiracy after disturbing 33 Amigo Brotherhood and New World Order symbols are spotted on the engines of a national carrier plane. So back in August, this whole conspiracy controversy here because they brazenly displayed the symbols, the all-seeing eye pyramid, and the 33 Amigo Brotherhood square and compass. So it all becomes quite clear. It all clicks now, doesn't it? So months later, they just so happen to be the spearheaders of the "you gotta get the jab before you jump on our plane" agenda, setting the stage for what's to come on a worldwide scale. They're the first ones up. Why? Because they're on the payroll for the agenda. They are just another pawn. And amazingly, they have an absolutely very cute, quite adorable, really, cover story for why they had these symbols on the engine covers and chalked it up to, one of their engineers was a fan of the Da Vinci Code. Yeah, that's the cover story. And as you see here, but actually, guys, hold on. We have some hope. The airline, as it says here, the airline has dismissed the notion it is part of some kind of global conspiracy. Well, there you have it, folks. You know what? Pack your bags. Forget it. Close this video off. They said they're not a part of it. It's all, guys. Trust them. Trust the plan, guys. And trust their plan. They said not part. That's all you need to know. That's it. Case closed. Anyone with a working brain can see what's going on here and that this is all bullshit. We see what Qantas is all about.